Hey everyone, we are back in the kitchen finally. We have been craving something sweet, a strawberry crunch cake. And no, I've never actually attempted to make a strawberry crunch cake before, but we're just gonna go ahead, try it out. That is one of the great things about this channel, is that I get to try new things in the kitchen. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. My name's Nicole, and for today's strawberry crunch cake, I have decided to also just whip up a batch of chocolate covered strawberries to help decorate on top of our strawberry crumble. So there's gonna be a little bit of work involved. But after going through many recipes online, I've decided to go a bit easy on myself, and we're gonna go ahead and go the strawberry cake box route. From what I've seen, they come out looking delicious. So step one, let's just go ahead and get started and getting this batter together. All right, so I already started preheating my oven at 350, and we're gonna go ahead and get started on our batter. Again, I'm just using one box of, this is Pillsbury strawberry cake mix, and we're starting with our dry ingredients. And I'm gonna add 1 3-ounce box of strawberry Jell-O mix. Add that in there. Adding 1 cup of all-purpose flour, and just giving that a mix. That looks good. Next, I'm gonna add my wet ingredients. I'll start with 4 eggs. Now I'll add in 1 cup of milk. You can do milk or water according to this recipe, but I'm gonna go ahead and use milk. And a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. And I'm gonna go in with 1 teaspoon of vanilla. This is the vanilla, again, I buy at Costco. It lasts me a really long time, and it's really good. And I'll just do a light whisk with a fork before I add this into my dry. Now I want to add my wet ingredients to my dry, and I really don't want there to be any lumps once we get this combined. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my electric mixer and keep this running until there's no lumps. All right, that looks good. Now I went ahead and prepped my 2 8-inch cake pans with just some non-stick cooking spray at the bottom. And I want to use these ones because they're tall, and I'm really hoping that this cake comes out nice and substantial, I guess. And where I bought these cake pans off of Amazon, they actually came with a whole pack of these parchment paper cutouts to rim the bottom. And what's cool is they have little tabs so that it makes it easier for you to pull the cake out when it's ready. So I placed 1 on each of those. And I'm going to attempt to fill these evenly just by using this 1/2 cup measure and going back and forth between the 2. Hopefully they come out somewhat even. All right, that looks good. Now I'm going to shake it a bit, bang it a little bit on the counter to try and get some of the air pockets out. What I'll do is I'll let them sit for about 5 minutes just to help a bit. And then I'll throw them into my preheated 350-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. Now that we have our cake pans in the oven, I want to start on the crumble, and I also wanted this to be as easy as possible on me. So I definitely wanted to do sort of a no-bake strawberry crunch crumble. So the recipe I'm following, which by the way, I'm going to link down below in the description box, it is by another YouTuber, That Girl Can Cook. She is awesome if you have not seen her channel. I'm going to use vanilla wafers, strawberry Jell-O again, and some melted butter. Could not be simpler. So let's get started grinding down our wafers. I'm adding about 2 cups of these vanilla wafers into my food processor. And I still want there to be a good bit of texture. So I don't want to make it too fine of a crumb. So I just want to pulse a bit. I think that's good. I want to stop there. You can see this texture. For me, this is great. Again, I'm just going to use the same Jell-O powder mix and measure out about 1/3 of a cup. And I have 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Pour that in and mix that around just to make sure everything is well combined and slightly comes together. Now you could bake this if you wanted to give it more of a crunchier texture. I'm not gonna do that because I don't think it's that necessary. I think this is great as is. It smells really good too. This is what our crumble's looking like, our crunch crumble. Our cakes are almost ready to come out of the oven, but those will still need to cool. So now that we have the crumble taken care of, we're gonna get started on our chocolate covered strawberries to decorate the top. I have these melting wafer tubs. These ones are red. I also have dark chocolate, and I actually got these after Halloween last year during their 75% off seasonal. So I got these for really cheap, and they're good for like a whole nother year. So I don't know yet if I want to do all chocolate or all red or mix it up. So we're just gonna start, and I already have my strawberries washed and prepped. So first I'm going to pop these in the microwave. That is why I like these so much, because they're really easy melting chocolate. You put them in the microwave in increments of like 30 seconds until they're melted and they're ready to use. So that took about 1 minute and 15 seconds for each of these chocolate wafer tubs to melt. And you can see it's great consistency for dipping now. I'll do 2 sort of tester strawberries. So really simple. We'll take our strawberry, swirl it around, set it down. That is it. Our strawberries are done. Literally took minutes. Make your own chocolate covered strawberries, please. They are so easy. Look how beautiful these look. All right, we're gonna put these aside in a container. They're gonna continue to harden, and we'll add them to our cake later. Okay, I just pulled my cakes out of the oven. They're very hot. They took about 32 minutes to be completely done. So they're here, they smell really good. I'm just gonna let them cool for a bit, and then I'll pull the tabs and then transfer them to just a cooling wire rack. And these are done. Now we have our cakes cooling. Let's get started on our strawberry frosting. So for the strawberry flavoring, I'm just gonna use a 1 ounce package of freeze-dried strawberry fruit crisp. So these you definitely want to get grinded up into a powder. So let's head over to our food processor. Okay, I'm just gonna add maybe half in at first. No, let's just go with the full bat. And we're gonna pulse. Okay, there's a couple little crumb bits in there, but I think that's pretty good. Now I want to get started on the cream part, and we'll add 4 sticks of unsalted butter. We're gonna wanna whip this. I brought out my stand mixer for this because we want to whip this for about 5 minutes at medium speed. That way I don't have to stand here and I can work on some other things like cleanup. And I'll use my whisk attachment. All right, we'll let that run for 5 minutes. All right, it has been about 5 minutes, and this is what our butter is looking like. It looks great. Now's about the time I want to add in my powdered sugar, and I'm going to do about 2.5 cups, 1 cup at a time, so that we'll incorporate it in slowly. And I'll scrape down the sides occasionally to help bring it along. For me, I don't like my icing super sweet, so this is good enough. If you do like yours on the sweeter side, I definitely suggest adding a little more powdered sugar, maybe another 1/2 cup to a cup. I'm going to add in my powdered freeze-dried strawberries, and this should add some really great strawberry flavor to our icing. And mix that in. And we're done. Give it a little taste. Oh, it's really good. Now we finally get started decorating. Our cakes are fully cooled. My son has decided to join us for a little bit. I don't need to be perfect with these cakes, but I just did a really slight level on this one. So I'm just gonna take that one, put it upside down. So I have this on my little small plate. And here is all of my prepared icing. So what I'll do first is I'll add a good sized dollop, not too much, just to fill the inside between our layers. Next, I'll take my second layer, place that on top. I don't want to use all of my icing. I will use most of it, but I do want to reserve a little bit for decoration. All right, that is it for our first time making a strawberry crunch cake with chocolate covered strawberries on top. And if I do say so myself, this cake is beautiful. I cannot believe how easy these are to make. And that crumble is really giving strawberry crunch ice cream that 10-year-old Nicole used to eat. So we already sliced into this. It is super moist, delicious. Highly recommend you trying this one out. Linking it down below at the bottom. Let me know if you like this one. If you want to see more content like this with me whipping up some more in the kitchen, please make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss those videos when they come out. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.